Hi everyone, welcome to Fat to Thin Senior RNY. I was 76 years old when I had gastric bypass surgery on December 16, 2019. Last week I talked about life after RNY. In this vlog I'll be talking about how I just want to eat some cookies and drink some beer today, and what I did about it. What I did yesterday, not today. If you're curious, please continue to watch and join me on this journey. Last week I talked about life after RNY. My problem was that, it's in past tense now. Life was getting boring, better known as settled, I thought I wasn't doing my life's work, but how do I know, right? I might be. Anyway, in this vlog I'll be talking about how I just want to eat cookies. I just want some cookies, and I want to drink some beer, and what I did about it. Okay, what I did was I bought some beer and I bought some cookies, right? I drank some Samuel Adams Cold Snap White Ale. It was delicious. Of course, I could only drink half of it, and that was enough because I was getting really, you know how alcohol affects, right? And I knew it was time to stop. Okay, even though I'm the only one here in the house, I knew it was time to stop. I actually didn't care for the high, to tell you the truth. I just liked the taste of the beer, So if I could do the beer without the alcohol, you know how it goes. I used to have issues with alcohol too, years and years and years ago, lots of years ago, probably close to 40, maybe in my 20s, so it'd be 50 years ago. But I've since, it has become a non-issue. Even so, with only about half of it, it was really, really delicious. I drank the rest later that night. It was okay. It was warm. It was a little less fizzy, but it still tasted okay. Usually when I come to things that taste okay, and I've got leftovers, I throw it out. I pour it out. I should have poured this out when it stopped tasting good, to stay by my own rule. But I drank it. That's the way it goes. I ate three cookies. I still got the rest of it. Still got the rest of the beer too, I don't have any urge to drink it now or to eat the cookies now. Anyway, I ate 3 cookies. They were Tate's Bake Shop Coconut Crisp Cookies. First time I've ever tried them. They were delicious. I ate 2 cookies with the first half of the beer, and that was enough. It was really enough. They weren't overly sweet or anything, but it was enough. Just didn't want any more. I stopped thinking about them altogether until I got to the second half of the beer, which I probably should have poured out or stuck it in the back of the refrigerator or something like that, so it was out of sight. But because it wasn't out of sight, I drank the other half of the beer. And then I ate 1 more cookie. They tasted good together. This led to, because I've had cookies and I've got the beer now. You can't just buy 1 bottle of Samuel Adams. This led to the game of hide the boxes, hide the bags. And you know how that goes, right? And the reason is because I had just had RNY. I didn't want any neighbors who might come here to see them. Of course, I don't get neighbors who come here. Once every 2 weeks, somebody stops by for 5 seconds, and they generally don't come in the house. We stand and talk 6 feet apart out in the yard. But anyway, so I was trying to hide this stuff, right, from myself. Then I had an argument with myself about that. Should I just keep them out? Doesn't really matter. Should I put them away so no one sees them? I don't have to say anything about them. I didn't have to say anything today. Or should I just throw them out and say, okay, don't buy any more of that, which we all know isn't likely to happen. It's really amazing how we sabotage ourselves. At this point, it doesn't feel like a sabotage because I drank 1 beer and I had 3 cookies. I still have all of the rest of the cookies and all of the rest of the beer. And I've already packed them away, put them, just because this is a small place and you can't have a 6-pack of beer sitting out. I mean, where, you got to put stuff away, everything in its place, or don't bring it in the house, because you got no place for it. So anyway, they're all hidden. Well, it's not really hidden. They're just away, okay? I mean, you put it in a closet, it's in the closet. But we still sabotage ourselves. It's amazing. I figured I really don't need to see the beer or the cookies. Right now, I'm not really thinking about them, other than the fact that I'm talking about them now. It doesn't bother me. So if they're out of sight and out of mind until they come in sight and in mind again, they're wherever they are at, If I find myself thinking about them all the time, or if I find myself going after it all the time, I will throw them out. Just like I throw out other things that, if it stops tasting good, it goes out. And I don't seem to, and when I first started doing that, I really had a problem. But I don't have a problem now, about throwing stuff out. And besides which, the beer and the cookies, we have all been there. And probably will be there again. So need to come to some kind of agreement with yourself on how to handle this problem, because it may not be a problem now, but it can become a problem. And speaking about that kind of thing and changing the subject entirely, I found the 2-minute rule this week. The rule is, if it takes 2 minutes or less, then do it now. If it takes more than 2 minutes, then schedule it. Now that is amazing. It was really amazing. My kitchen sink has stayed clean all week long because I'm the only one here. Instead of putting the spoon in the sink, I wash it. Took me less than 2 minutes, And the cumulative effect is I have an empty sink. It's truly amazing, And it's amazing how that 2-minute rule helps minimize stress and everything else all day long, because once it's done, you forgot about it. You don't have to come and look in the sink again, and see the dishes still in there that you haven't washed and you should have washed, and there's no excuse because you're the only one, and so it was terrific, really terrific. And last week, another rule I talked about was the 10-minute rule. And I've been using the 10-minute rule for years. The reason I started it, I saw it on sparkpeople.com maybe 10 years ago, maybe more, where they talked about the 10-minute rule. They said, schedule 10 minutes of exercise. Put on your shoes, do whatever you got to do it for 10 minutes. If after 10 minutes you really don't feel like doing it anymore, don't do it anymore. Stop. You've hit the minimum goal. You did 10 minutes of exercise. You did exercise. So, to me, that works. I found that if I'm really feeling like trash and I really don't want to go out there, or it's raining or whatever, and I've got to take Rowley out, then the dog park is less than 5 minutes from here. So from here to the 5 minutes to the dog park and back is 10 minutes. And he's gotten to be outside and sniff around, and I've gotten to be outside. And in general, I find, well, let me walk around another corner, see how I feel. And it goes out to a lot longer than 10 minutes. But there have been times where it was really just 10 minutes. And the nice thing about it is that I didn't feel bad about it. you know, because Rowley got out, I got 10 minutes, he got 10 minutes, you know. I haven't found a timer thingy, something to live by for food, though. Some people say wait 10 minutes, some people say wait, you know, 3 minutes between bites or whatever. That I've tried a lot of those, but they don't become instant habit to me, like the 2-minute rule became an instant habit, you know. The things that I do live by as far as food is concerned is, one, if it doesn't taste good, don't eat it. And the second thing is if I don't have to eat it all right now. Okay. As for the Rowley report, Rowley is still, what do you call it, shadowing my neighbor, stalking my neighbor. As for the Rowley report, Rowley is still stalking my neighbor. He watches her through the bedroom window all day long, watches the front door. And as soon as she opens it, he wants to go out there and go see her. So we've got an agreement. She opens both doors and leaves it open. And that means, okay, it's okay for him to come over for a second or whatever. So that's working out okay. He's still lunging, not as much. Walks are beginning to get pleasant again. I don't know what his problem was last week when he had a bad case of the crazies. That's the way it goes. You notice that I'm sitting in a chair instead of the booth. I ripped it out. I got sick of it. The nice thing about that booth is that the seat of it was storage and is accessible from the outside over here, which means that I had to block off that door and insulate and all of that kind of stuff. But I ripped that sucker out of here. I was so tired of it. It was so hard on my butt. So I have this, and I have the purple cushion, and this is comfort. Finally, finally. And now I'm thinking about, well, maybe I should rip out the other booth. I only ripped out this one, and I didn't move the table. The chair fit here perfectly. I could rip out this whole deal, you know, take out the couch and the other booth and take out this table and put in a chair and table set or a desk. I've been going crazy. So anyway, yeah, I'm much more comfortable now. My back is not doing me in as it had been sitting in that chair, sitting in that booth. So to sum up, I'm feeling good. It's beautiful outside, 67 degrees. There's nothing to complain about. You know, I make this choice for surgery again. It's opened up my life. I look at things a lot differently now, and things are much more enjoyable and a hell of a lot less painful just to walk around. So please subscribe and share this video, comment. Don't forget to look at Show More to see the stuff in the description below. And thank you for watching and listening to me ramble. And thanks for subscribing. I'll see you next Friday, okay? Take care of you and yours, and blessed be.